This is the blood vessel identification list. We're going to be starting with the arteries, which are colored red in this model, and the veins are colored blue. To start with, we are going to do the vertebral artery, which is this number 12 right here, and also this internal one right here. It branches off of the subclavian. Next we have the internal and external carotids, which come off of the common carotid, which is number 18 right here. The common carotid branches off of this aorta. So the common carotid comes up, and you have your external carotid artery, which is 18A right here, and it feeds the outside of the brain in red. And then the internal, which isn't shown on this model, branches off and feeds the inside of the brain. The next artery we have is the subclavians. You have your left subclavian and right subclavian, and down the subclavians you have your axillary arteries. From your axillary artery you have the brachial arteries, which come down the arm, and from the brachial artery it branches off into two arteries, which one is the radial along your radial bone, and then the next one is the ulnar artery along your ulnar bone. Back up to the head you have your facial artery that feeds your face with blood. It comes off of your external and common carotid artery. With your aorta, there's a couple different parts of the aorta. You have your ascending aorta, which is the part that comes down into the heart right here, and then the aortic arch, just the part that curves around, and then the descending aorta, which is the part that comes down behind the heart and through the abdomen. The celiac trunk isn't very specific in this model, but it's going to be this 16A right here, that little part, which branches off into these arteries that go to, this is your spleen, so this is your splenic artery, and then this is your liver, which is this artery right here, which is called the hepatic artery. And directly below it is your kidneys, which number 64 here is listed as your renal arteries. You also have, going down further, this is area right here to be your abdominal artery, and then this branch right here, which number 72 has it, is your common iliac artery. These two are the common iliac. And then your external comes right off of your common iliac artery, number 73. External iliac artery, and then from this branch off right here, which is listed right there, number 75, right in here, the red artery, is your internal iliac artery. So if we keep following the external artery down into number 78, you hit your femoral artery, and continuing down right next to your knee you have your popliteal artery, and then even more so down here you have your posterior tibial artery, which then comes down here to the bottom of your foot, and then number 82 is your anterior tibial artery, which connects directly into your dorsal pedialis artery of your foot. And 90. And one thing that you cannot see on this model is the fibular arteries, which would branch off of the anterior tibial artery. And that's it for our identification list for the arteries.